For daily Ask Reddit. r/ask Reddit. What made you ghost a friend? If you like the video, drop a like and subscribe so you never miss a video. When I came home to find the power off, bill hadn't been paid. We were friends from work. He had split up from his ex, and I needed to be closer to work. We went 50-50 on a rental. He has 3 kids from the previous relationship. With me being the nerd, I agreed to pay the tech bills, internet, phone, cable TV. He agreed to pay the power as he burned more because his kids were over on access visits. Came home. Dark house. Investigate. He hadn't paid the power for ages because his new girlfriend wanted the money. Then I discovered he wasn't paying his rent either. Same reason. Down $5k. Power, rent. We were evicted. Ghosted. When I realized a lot of the things that made her laugh were at my expense. She thrived off of humiliating me. I was bullied in school, but my worst bully was my best friend. I used to come home and cry to my mom. I would be heartbroken over how my best friend was treating me. Honestly, I don't remember what my mom would tell me, but I wish she would have told me that I was worth way more than the treatment than I received from her, that she was a bad friend and I should drop her, that I had friends who treated me with respect, and that I should spend my time with them, that she would have forbade me from hanging out with her, anything. I wasted something like 15 years with that girl in that abusive friendship. She started hanging out with a new friend. That's fine. I'm not her only friend. Then while we were hanging out, as pre-planned, she would leave to go hang out with her new friend. Then she'd break plans with me to hang out with her, all while tagging her on Facebook so none of it was being hidden. 3 years later she reaches out to me and apologizes. It's genuine as she mentioned insightful things she would have no way of knowing unless she had grown and been very honest with herself. We are friends for another 2 years when she starts to hang out with another new friend. Repeat. Every conversation was about them and their lives. They rarely asked or were interested in what I had going on. The selfishness was just too much after a while. I invited an old friend for lunch a couple months back and this is exactly how it went. We've more or less gone our own paths. So we have different friends and schedules, etc. But at one point we were best friends. Amongst other stuff, this just solidified my decision to let things die off naturally. She didn't ask a single question about me when there's plenty to go off of, but I listened to a lot about her. She was really interested when it came to my jobs and how much I was making. When I realized I put so much more into the friendship than she did. Whenever we met up it was basically time for her to vent about her life. She always had some ridiculous drama over something tiny. She had 2 sisters. It would change week to week which one she was talking with and which one she'd never speak to again. And then don't get me started on her hatred for her husband's family, mostly cause they were from a different ethnic background and social class. Lots of other similar issues that showed she was just a narcissist. For a while I put up with it cause catching up with her was a way for me to go drinking not on my own. Then there were a few big events in my life and she just wasn't there for me and didn't care. Well, she pretended to, but sent her husband to take care of me, then would try to get me to come listen to her yap on for hours or do stuff for her. If I tried to talk about my stuff she'd criticize me and say everything isn't about me, then go on talking about how terrible it was that her mother-in-law didn't say the right thing to her. It just got to a point where I decided I didn't care about her drama and it was draining my life energy and I decided my life would be better off without her. And it honestly has been. Edit. Added in more details. When I realized she was maybe my best friend, but I was not her. In fact, I was only useful to her. That realization hits like a sledgehammer if you encounter some event or outing where you expected an invite and the friend just acted like you didn't exist. I've always been there. If there's no better off a friend, they'll plan to do something with me until something they'd rather do comes up, then they'd do that. Without me, of course. People are stupid, selfish, and cruel. I've been alone without anyone I call a friend for years now. Better than fake friends, but it's still a miserable existence. She burned the bridge. For most of the year and a half that she and I started working at the same place. She bullied me, micromanaged me, made me feel left out, and gaslighted me whenever I tried to confront her behavior. It was almost always my fault. Nothing I ever did was right, and she refused to believe that she has control issues or that she was using me as a punching bag. She started doing this thing where she wouldn't text me unless I texted her first and then get mad if I didn't text her. So, once she quit the job, I stopped texting her. I haven't spoken to her at all since August 2019, and I don't regret it.